I want to welcome everybody to Strawberry Square, where we've been reinventing Strawberry Square over the last couple of years. Got 24 new apartments here, pretty much all leased up. We got a new retailers, new educational partnerships, all kinds of new things coming. We got a grocery store that's going to open up here in a few weeks. I'm Brad Jones. I'm the president of Harristown. We're the owners of Strawberry Square, and we couldn't be more pleased to be welcoming you all here for today's announcement. I am a self-described bicycle geek, and Ryan Riley and his group tell me that I may be the #1 bike share rider already. Although I think I have some stiff competition from Zach Monnier right here in the front, and Zach's probably going to pass me today. So I just want to say, really appreciate the sponsorship, people who stepped forward here, particularly communities and schools, and all the other sponsors, Highmark, a signature sponsor, Harrisburg University, HYP. We've been working on this idea with a bunch of us from various organizations for, almost a decade. And so I almost out of nowhere, communities and schools came together and put this together. I also want to thank Dauphin County, who, once again has really stepped to the plate and really to help out. And it's fantastic to see the mayor here, who's been our partner in so many deals here in Strawberry Square and all across the downtown. So again, welcome. This is a great day for Harrisburg. It increases the mobility of all our patrons, our visitors, our residents, and we couldn't be more excited. In fact, we're so excited about this, we're going to buy every one of our employees a membership. Okay? We got 150 employees. So that's how excited we are about this. And with that, I want to introduce the Vice President of Communities and Schools, who's your moderator today, Jenna Lewis. Thank you, Jenna.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Brad, for the lovely introduction. I just want to give everyone a little overview of how today's events are going to be handled. We're going to start off with remarks from all of our speakers. And if time is permitting, at the conclusion of those remarks, we will open the floor to questions. I ask that the questions be directed to me. I will then see that the proper individual is addressed for the question. All right, and then following question and answers, we're going to invite all of our riders today, our friends and supporters, members of the press, to join us outside, just outside the Walnut Street entrance to Strawberry Square. We're going to have a little ribbon cutting and an inaugural ride that will be escorted by the Harrisburg City Police officers right down 3rd Street to the main steps of the Capitol. Okay. Also, if you're here to cheer us on, we have a little giveaway table over here. Come help yourselves, okay? This is all swag and things that you can take home. There's an opportunity to enter some raffles for some free prizes that were donated by local businesses. There's also coupons for $10 off an annual membership to the bike share. So please head over here and grab that stuff. And members of the press, there are also packets up here on my left-hand side with some information about the origins of the bike share, the sponsors of this program, all of the locations that are located throughout the city, as well as how to operate the system. Okay, thank you. And with that, I want to introduce Ryan Riley, President and State Director of Communities and Schools.
This is a fantastic day for Harrisburg, and you can read the backstory of how Communities and Schools got involved in this in the press packets, and if there's good reporting, it'll be covered tonight. But really, I have to thank our board, the Communities and Schools Pennsylvania board, really cared a lot about this initiative and project and expanding our work in Harrisburg. And I want to recognize two of our board members who are here today, John Milady and Nicole Conway. I don't know where Nicole went to. But it's through that leadership that we were given the opportunity to go out and seek investment. And Highmark stepped up substantially for this community. They made this program happen. They joined the county, who I think George Connor was the first one on a bike. He might have taken it back to the county office just to show it off. but the commissioners have cared deeply about investing in the city. They committed to this project. Brad Jones and Strawberry Square stepped up significantly. Certainly HYP and Harrisburg University joined them in making the inaugural investment to bring this program. So the question I get a lot is, why did we do this? And we did this because when we look at the graduation rate in Harrisburg, we see that roughly about 54% of students graduate that enter ninth grade and make it to their senior year. It's about half of the population doesn't graduate with a high school diploma. They enter our community, they're undereducated, they're undertrained, they're underemployed, but they're a part of our community. We need to find a way to reach out to them, to reconnect them, and ensure that they're not pipelined for second-class citizenship. So this program allows people to make investments to the Dauphin County Re-Engagement Center, hosted by communities and schools, where we go out and our outreach workers re-engage those students, bring them back into the educational fold, get them job training, and we turn them out to the market. So I'm so thrilled for everybody who joined it today. I want to thank Jenna and her team, Meg Conley and Justine Fabian, who've done a remarkable job putting this whole event together today. I want to thank the sponsors again, and I want to thank the commitment from our elected officials, the county who came in substantially with an investment, the mayor's office, Jeff Knight, did a remarkable job helping us get these stations up and running, and our partner, Zagster. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. We'd like to welcome Dauphin County Commissioners Jeff Haste, Mike Prees.
Good morning. All right, if you're going on a bike ride, I want to make sure you're nice and awake and ready to go. But I'd like to first start off by thanking all the partners and the sponsors in this, and to make this a great program. When they first came to me and talked about the program, to me it was really a no-brainer. I'd seen this in other cities and seen it in other places, and it's actually, it's a joy to be able to walk down the street, pick up a bike, and go somewhere else. But the other thing I'd really like to say is a special thank you to our community. And if you think about it, this is going to be a great attraction for our residents. It's a great attraction for visitors to come. It's another means of a transportation. We get people from one spot to another. But it's also a means by which we can solve a problem in our community, and that's with the graduation rate. To be able to take something like this and take the excess funds from it and put it back to a much needed service in our community speaks very well and speaks typical of Central Pennsylvanians. One of the things that I love about being a county commissioner is going out throughout the state and bragging about our community and our people, how we rally together, we make things happen, and we get things done. What a great way, Jenna and your team and everybody, what a great way to solve a problem by bringing a service that the rest of us can use. And then you think about it, I was over here joking, I think it was with Brad earlier, we have a number of employees that love to go up to the Broad Street Market for lunch or to grab things on the way home. And there's always a challenge of being able to get there, get back in time because of their work hours. Now we have a means by which they can do it. Great weather, go up and get their mark. We have the baskets, they can put their items in there and come back. So I want to say really thanks to everybody that's out there. I can't wait to be able to drive down and see no bikes in the spots. When that happens, we know we've hit a home run. We're going to go forward. So thank you to everybody involved, and thank you to Jenna.
Great comments, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. When was the last time that we were in a program kickoff like this that you saw the district attorney, the county controller, the mayor of the city of Harrisburg, Dauphin County commissioners, Merlot Mike, and my favorite biker in Dauphin County, Sandy Ballard, all at one place at one time. This is an opportunity, folks, to have a fun, affordable, and healthy bike ride. It's all about efficiency. It's all about taking vehicles off the road, and we all know how that can be over the lunch hour. This will enable people to go places they normally couldn't go during the day So as Jeff said, I want to thank everybody that came together as a team here, because this is truly a team effort. I see George Connors here from Dauphin County Community and Economic Development. George, your name was mentioned as one of the first people to take a bike ride here. So thank you for your leadership on this as well. But again, congratulations to everybody. And this is a great program, and so glad at Dauphin County we were able to be here as a sponsor of $16,500 towards this. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, commissioners. Mayor of Harrisburg, Eric Paffenfuss.
Yes. Want you to know I have my bike helmet and I'm going to be ready to go here in just a couple minutes. First of all, a big thank you to the Dauphin County Commissioners for supporting this project. I think it is terrific. It's going to bring our city closer together. Thank you as well to Harrisburg Young Professionals, Harrisburg University, and especially Communities and Schools and Highmark. Highmark is always there for the city at any time, and this is a great opportunity to sponsor an activity which is all about exercise and health, and getting out and riding a bicycle is certainly that. I want to stress first and foremost that Harrisburg is a wonderful city to ride a bicycle in, and it's going to be getting even more bike friendly. And we want to announce today a new initiative to create some bike boulevards throughout our city. Yes. In the spring, we will be establishing our first 2 bike boulevards, carefully chosen, as Aberdeen Street, which is the street which basically runs from the Transportation Center, where we have a bike share, to the Capitol Complex and Commonwealth Avenue, as well as North Street, which will run, again, from the Capitol Complex down to the river and past the bike share, which is located at the Y. Those are going to be our first 2 low-stress bike boulevards. Those are easy to bike on. The speed limits and the number of cars are relatively limited. And we will be introducing in the spring, after the thaw, new markings on those roads that will look like that. We got a beautiful picture blown up officially on the streets themselves. So those will designate our first 2 bike boulevards. And I have to say, I have a map of the whole city planned out with our planning department that's going to be very exciting. We look to expand this beyond that as we move forward. Not to be confused with bike lanes, which we are also have in the planning works. And there are certain streets in the city of Harrisburg which are really perfect for bike lanes, one of which would be 6th Street, which would help make that commute to the Broad Street Market even easier. Another would be Riley Street, another would be Division, and 2nd Street, when we go 2-way, we're looking at a return bike lane there. You already know about the bike lanes in the Commonwealth Complex. You know about the bike lane on Front Street. Soon we will have an interlocking system of both bike lanes and bike boulevards in the city. So that's something to be excited about. And it's going to be making getting around on these wonderful bicycles even easier. Thank you so much for helping support this. I look forward to trying out the bikes.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we would like to invite Roy Gothy, who is the statewide bicycle and pedestrian coordinator with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. Thank you, Roy.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I wanted to thank Ryan especially for inviting me. It's always good to get a chance to be out from behind the desk and on a bike on a day like today. PennDOT really appreciates the opportunity to support projects that develop and expand our multimodal transportation network across the Commonwealth. It's an important part of what we do. And you only need look around this Capitol complex to see the wide range of infrastructure improvements put in place through the coordinated efforts of the city, PennDOT, and our planning partners. The creation of this bike share network represents another step forward towards creating a safe, vibrant, accessible community for the residents of the city. And speaking of bicycle safety, I'd like to take a moment to remind everyone that bicycles are vehicles. They are allowed to use the road, and they have to obey the rules of the road as well. So while you're out there, ride with traffic, stop at the lights, stop at the stop signs, and for you who are driving, give them their 4 feet when you're passing them. If it takes an extra moment, it's worth the wait. I'll also point out we have a bicycle driver's manual online at penndot.gov in case you are interested in more details on how to ride safely through traffic. And I look forward to working with the city to develop a safe and connected network of bicycle infrastructure across the city and the region from Hershey to Mechanicsburg and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy. At this time, we invite Michael Shaw, who is the Director of Strategic Accounts with our title sponsor, Highmark Blue Shield.
Hi, good morning, and thanks again to everyone for being here today. What an exciting day for Harrisburg. And on behalf of everyone at Highmark, I'd like to congratulate communities and schools on this initiative, and I'd like to thank the other sponsors for their support of such a meaningful program. For more than 75 years, Highmark has maintained its tradition of helping to build stronger, healthier communities through employee volunteering, corporate grants, and community programs, and we're so happy to continue that tradition here today with Bike Share. We're committed to investing in our communities and in the people who live, work, and play here to help ensure that both remain as strong and healthy as possible. Bike Share is a great fit for the type of program that Highmark likes to stand behind because it gives both area residents and tourists who visit us the tools to not only improve their health, but to more fully and engage with everything our community has to offer. Bike Share encourages fitness and wellness in a very positive way, touching the everyday lives of everyone who utilizes it. In addition to the health benefits of Bike Share, this program will also give a boost to the local small businesses that are a part of the local tourist industry. So once again, congratulations to communities and schools on creating a program that will truly enhance the quality of life here in the Capital Region, and thank you for inviting Highmark to be a part of it. Ride safely and enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, we do have a few moments for questions. Are there any? Yes, ma'am.
Can you elaborate on the bike? How does it work? Is there any fancy technology? Does it have a GPS? I don't know, but you know.
And I'm actually going to direct you to one of these press packets up there. We actually created an outline for you. It tells you step by step exactly how to use the system, okay? Are there any other questions? Yes?
What is the difference between a bike boulevard and a bike lane?
I'm not sure. Mayor, would you come up? Thanks.
All right. I apologize, despite my props, that was the first question I got when I got back as well. So a bike lane is a dedicated lane with a lane marking. A bike boulevard will have a charo in the road, but it won't be a dedicated lane. So the markings that you saw would be on the edge of the road itself. And so boulevards would be were chosen to be sort of low stress, low capacity streets that would be very good and easy to bike on. And then some of our wider streets, which can have actual lanes, we're looking to have put in actual bike lanes. So an interlocking system of both lanes and boulevards.
Okay, so you make a boulevard by putting an arrow on the road.
By putting what's called a charo, which was that image that you saw on the sign, and there would be along the road indicating this is a safe and friendly path for bicyclists to take, and would also be something which I think the Bike Share would promote as we develop our boulevard system.
Okay, but there are no other like traffic control or speed control changes made to the...
The boulevards have already been chosen because they're relatively low speed, low traffic roads. So that section of North Street and Aberdeen that I mentioned are our first two that will roll out in the spring of 2018. You'll see the charos on the roads as soon as the snow melts. Good, thank you.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
Is there someone who can explain how it works? What a person does is sign up and get registered, and then what they do when they arrive at the fair?
Sure. Again, to save like a really lengthy answer to that question, there is a very detailed outline of exactly how to use the system in that press packet.
TV, so we kind of need a person.
I got you. Okay. Mr. Riley, you want to come up and just give a few little details?
So it's just basically one of the adding any
Portia, do you have a mic here?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So basically the structure is you go to your app store on a smartphone or if you have a T9 mobile phone, you download the app for Zagster, you enter your username which you create, and you would take one of the coupons that we have for the discounted membership. You go up to a bike like this, and it'll be parked in a station, and the station will be held with a cord that plugs in to a locking mechanism, and it can only become unlocked when you hit unlock on your smartphone app. It sends a signal in a few seconds, it dislodges the lock, and you take the bike. If you want to go to a coffee shop or a restaurant, what you would do at that point is you'd pull up to one of the new installed bike racks in the city, and you wrap it around the bar, and you plug it in, and you hit lock on your phone, and it shoots a signal to this bar and locks the tire and the piece in so the bike can't move. So you go have lunch, you can leave, you come back, you hit unlock through your smartphone, tops out, and get on your bike and ride away. So the annual fee is $25. It's $25 a year. We're offering a $10 discount for this month. It's $2 an hour if you want to pay as you go, so if you're visiting the community or you just want to try it out. And then at the end of the ride, you get a balance of your ride report, and then we get a heat wave map to see where people are traveling throughout the city. Right now there's 11 stations, so you can do that anywhere throughout the downtown, midtown, and part of uptown area.
Is there a limitations on the distance you can travel, or I can go to Camp Hill, I can go to Lancaster if I wanted to. Not that I would, but I'm just saying, like, is there a limit?
As far as you can bike. Now, if you do keep it more than 24 hours, you do incur a fee because they're intended to go back, the lights recharge, and so on and so forth. So they're not long-term rentals. You won't want to park this at your house, hopefully. If you do, you'll probably be seeing me and one of the Harrisburg police officers outside. But we'll go out and do some B-roll if you want to see it released from the stand.
Anything else? Yes.
Are there any security cameras around any of the docking stations, like where the location is chosen for security, as well as convenience?
Mayor, would you step up? I'm not sure where the security cameras are located in the city of Harrisburg. There were none specifically placed by the stations.
Yeah, the choice of the stations was not really based on security cameras. It was based on access and location. The city planning staff worked with the various private property owners to get, if necessary, releases to be able to put them on sidewalks in front of certain places. We have nice ones along Riverfront Park, here at the Transportation Center, etc. So no, I wouldn't say cameras are a consideration for the placement.
Anything further? Thank you. Okay, and I'll invite Ryan to answer that question. Yes.
Because every single one downtown was full of bikes except for one spot on Riverfront. Yeah.
And that's also, it will be hard for that to be an occasion because there are double the amount of parking spots as there are bikes.
So let me just address the security camera issue. There is actually security cameras that cover the station out here at Strawberry Square. There's also security cameras that would cover Market Square. There's also security cameras that would touch on the Walnut Street location here of Walnut in front. So the Downtown Improvement District, I see Todd Vanderwood is here, and the city and Harristown have been working to build a network of downtown security cameras, and many of these stations are actually covered by those security cameras.
We have time for one more question.
Do you recommend that we bring our own helmets, or is there a helmet kiosk anywhere?
There is not a helmet kiosk. If you would like to wear a helmet, you will have to bring your own. Thank you. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much.
5, 4, 3,